Yo, people, lateness is greatness. Welcome back into the building. You already know what time it is. It's time for another episode of London Clubs Carnage. I'm seeing the chat. You man are out here telling me that you're going to give me late fines and all this crud. I was here ready on time, people. All right. And as you can see, only Lee is here. So that just goes to tell you, we've been waiting. Toby's out here moving with Nigerian time. I don't know what he's doing. He's probably at another wedding, catching more bouquets. And Corey is working until 6, so he's going to be here late anyway. But we knew that anyway, so Corey's going to be there at the last minute. But yeah, big up to everybody in the chat. Loads of you waiting. Really appreciate it as always. And I mean, with Lee here first, it just makes sense that we start the show with Arsenal. I mean, the way I'm going to run this show is we're going to do a roundup of all of the transfers in London for all the London clubs. And we're just going to discuss how the window went, give it a rating, and go from there. So, you know, before Toby gets here, Lee, bro, how are you doing?
I'm good, man. Everything's good in my life apart from this banter club that I supported for nearly 40 years. And yeah, it's kind of mad because these streams get in the way of my life. I can't lie. I have to rush back to get on time for streams of that. No, I'm only playing.
It's mad.
I'm only playing. But no, everything's good, man. I'm loving life. It's nice and hot today, as usual. Summer's officially over for the Spanish. They're all now going back to their actual gaffs in Madrid, where they leave to come to southern Spain for the summer.
Yeah.
So all of them swimming pools are going to be dead out the back, man. So I'm going to have the whole blocks to myself, which is going to be kind of cool. So yeah.
I must say you had quite the deadline day as well. Like your team were very active, it seems, you know. Out of all the big clubs, probably, you guys did the most maybe incomings and outgoings because obviously, I mean, first of all, congratulations because Hector Bellerin is now closer to you, isn't he?
2 hours up the road. Funny enough, I was in Sevilla the other day at the weekend. And I've actually been to their ground. I've not been in it, but I've actually been outside. They are basically the Tottenham of Sevilla. Yeah, you got Sevilla's nice shiny stadium up the road. I can't really say that now because Tottenham have got a better stadium.
I was just about to say you can't really say that now. Actually, now you think about it.
They're the Arsenal. Their stadium's falling down, man. It's like proper. You know, like Real Madrid stadium. It's like that proper. Creamy...
The new camp is really bad. Like. The new camp is bad.
That's how their ground's like. It's a smaller stadium, obviously, but it's funny because that stadium is in the middle of like houses and a busy main road. So right behind it, it's loads of like 3-story houses, and then the opposite side is a mad dual carriageway. It's quite nice on that side because there's loads of water fountains and all that. It looks sick, yeah. But yeah, the other side it's all houses and that. But when I went there last year, just to go to Seville. I thought I'll go and have a look at Betis and see what the stadium's like because I've never been. And I could have walked literally straight in their stadium. No one was there. The gates were open and I could have literally walked in. I thought I better not because Spanish police are a bit naughty. Yeah. So, but yeah, they would they'd half dug up the turf. But anyway, I then went to Seville's ground and I was like, wow, this is bad.
So you won't be going to the games to do any scouting reports on Bellerin and see how he's doing, no?
No, I might go and tell him that you thought you got rid of me, but now I'm only 2 hours up the road, mate.
Oh man, I mean, I don't know if you've ever seen Kangaroo Jack, but that's one of the situations where
door open.
Oh, okay.
Obviously, a multi-millionaire flying past in his helicopter. Maybe it's Abramovich. Who knows?
That's one of the situations where I don't know if you've seen Kangaroo Jack, but you just say, listen, cancel the return flight. Like, just do not let him come back.
Mate, do you know what's mad, Matisse says? I woke up to the news that he was going. And I was like jumping for joy. Literally, it was like we just won like the Champions League or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
And, well, not that I know what that's like. Maybe an unbeaten season or something. But then I see about 3 hours later, Kenny Ken texts me saying, it's only a loan. I was like, what?
Same. I didn't know. I thought it was a permanent deal. I was getting quite excited for you. And then I heard it was a loan. I was like, oh,
yeah, same. And it was like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, there was apparently a little issue with wages or something. And I was like, yeah, it's because he's on 118 grand a week. So no doubt we're footing most of that because they ain't got the money. They're skin. It was funny. When I was in Seville at the weekend, I was in a place called San Juan, which is the other side of Seville. Yeah, it's like opposite end to Betis, but it's a real Betis area. Like everyone's walking around in Betis shirts in that area. You don't see no Seville shirts. And when we were walking back from a restaurant, we were talking to a Betis fan, 35 years he's had a season ticket, the old boy, tattoos all down his arm of Betis and everything, proper old school, and he goes, my team's rubbish. He goes, this is the first season I've decided I'm not going. He goes, I've given my son my season ticket. He goes, I've had enough.
For real?
Yeah, for real. He was like, I've had enough, mate. I've had enough. And it was like, do you know what? Everything he was saying, obviously my mate was translating for me, everything he was saying was like how I feel about this club.
Yeah. So you could relate.
Yeah, it was mad. But no, I'm buzzing that he's gone. But at the same time, when he comes back in the summer, he's got 1 year left on his contract. So it's like, then what? Is he just going to sit about
you just have to sell him on a cheap at this point and cut your losses. That's that. But in saying that, he'll probably get a new contract and he'll probably still be here. So, I mean, what we tend to do at Chelsea is when we're just about to get to the end of someone's contract to let them go, then bang, we give them a new contract and they're still here. I don't know what all this banter is in the chat. They're all calling me like the next Spider-Man and like cycling suit and all this. Fam, you man are crazy, fam. Climb the wall if you're bad. I'm just wearing a normal. I don't know. Maybe it's not normal according to you lot. But I mean, also you signed a new player. I don't know where he's from. Who is this guy that you've signed? Apparently he's a right back. But then on Sky Sports they were saying he's not a right back. But his agent was saying that Arsenal think he's a right back, or we've been offering him out to Premier League teams, thinking that he's a right back, but he's actually not a right back or a centre back. So what position does this new signing actually play?
Footballer, mate. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, it's one of them ones that it was the guy that played for Southampton under Souness, and he was related to George Weah or someone. Do you remember? No, and he got the gig at Southampton. I can't remember his name. Yeah, this is, mate, I'm telling you now, right? This guy has been brought in because apparently Ben White can't head a ball. Well, we knew that before we signed him.
So why did you sign him then? If that was
why have we done 50 million on him? Number one, right? And then a couple of months later, not even that, a month later, we go and sign Tiramisu, because we need somebody who can head a ball. So now we're thinking like, okay, we've done 50 here, now we're doing 20 here, mate. No disrespect, 20 million quid on that. Like, add that to the 50 that we've done on Ben White. 70 million pays for Maddison. Yeah? He would have come.
Quite incredible, I must say.
Ali Dyer, that's it. Ali Dyer, whatever his name is. That was the guy. But it just makes me laugh because we've mismanaged this transfer window, but we've done it in such a clever way as a football club. Yeah, because this football club ain't like Chelsea where you're going get top dollar for crap. You've got rid of Bakayoko. Well, I'm sure we're going to come on to that later, yeah?
Yes, right? We will.
Yeah. But we'll go and spend money on rubbish. But the way they've done it and dressed it up this time is because they don't want to sack Arteta.
Yeah.
You know, that CEO Vinay, Edu, and the manager are all colluding together to actively keep that geezer in a job. And the way they can do it, and the only way they could have done it, was change the transfer strategy this summer and go for young up-and-coming players. Yeah, cool. Because
it's a project, long-term project.
Exactly. And more people are likely to buy into, oh, look, they've brought a load of young 20-year-old kids that can all grow together and the project a bang. It's not going to bang. I'm telling you, it's not going to bang. Yeah. Whereas if they had gone out there and done for the same
but you said in one of your titles that it's banged.
Yeah, that was sarcasm.
I know, yeah.
That was my
every time I see one of your streams, they just come up like, the project has banged, guys. Make sure you have patience. This is incredible.
That was my fan cam after West Brom when we won 6-0. But this is the thing, right? For the 150 million we've done, we could have got Matt Ryan on a free. Yeah. Got rid of the B-Tech Neuer for 20 million quid, right? And then got Onana for 6 million. He's on a ban, yeah? So we could put Matt Ryan in goal until Onana's off his ban. Matt Ryan's an Arsenal fan. He would happily play second fiddle after that, yeah?
Yeah.
Right? And he's a competent goalkeeper, right? You then go and buy Max Aarons or Tariq Lamptey for around 30 million. That's now 36 million you've done, yeah? You then bring William Saliba into the team. You bring Doozy back into the team, who, by the way, has just been called up to the French national team.
I heard, yes. I was going to ask you about that. Magically, when Doozy's in the very difficult to get into French team, he's made it in. Wow. Incredible.
Who knew? He scored more goals than Arsenal this season. And so's Mavropanos, who's on loan as well. So, yeah, I would have done that. Then I would have gone and got Basuma for about 45 mil. Yeah, then I would have got Maddison for 70 mil. And then if we wanted to spend any extra dosh, that's the 150 done now. But you've got 2 goalkeepers, you've got a right back, you've got a
centre midfielder.
Yeah, you've got Doozy back in there, you've got Saliba back in there, and now you've got an attacking mid. So Smith Rowe doesn't have to be overplayed. You don't need any attackers if you've got the midfield behind them, because I feel like we've got a lot in attack anyway. Yeah, Lacazette I would have binned anyway, but I wouldn't have necessarily replaced him because I think Martinelli would be all right there. Yeah. But if you really wanted to push the boat out a little bit further and spend another 20 million, you could have signed Houssem Aouar as another midfielder in there. Yeah. All of a sudden, that would now put pressure on this manager. And if he didn't start doing it straight away, they could not dress that up and keep him in a job, because now he's got top players that are all ready for now, that are all Premier League experience, apart from Houssem Aouar and.
But the whole point is that we need to give him excuses. We don't want to,
that's all they've done.
Yeah. By the way, guys, I've put slow mode on. I'm just seeing how you react to it. And also so we don't get any spam in the shows like we've been getting. So slow mode is on, and so is the subscriber only chat as well. So slow mode is on about 15 seconds. So that should give the mods time to block people if they need, but there shouldn't be any spam. So we've arrived, ladies and gentlemen, finally at the creme de la creme of YouTube, where we have some sort of chat management. I just want to go through your signings, right? Because you spent 168 million. Sorry, I was being far too kind there. The average age of the arrivals is 22 years old.
It's about 150, roughly.
Yeah. And the average age of the arrivals is 22 years old. So Ben White, Odegaard, Ramsdale, Tomikasi, Samba, Lokonga, Chavez, and that's it. I mean, obviously Balogun is on here, but he just came from the Premier League too.
That I think.
Anybody improve the team?
Well, none of them technically right now improve the team. Martin Odegaard's useless. I don't care what anyone tells me. That guy, is supposedly the creative spark. Yeah, he passes backwards more than forwards. I said this the other week. Yeah, go and look on the Premier League website. Yeah, I think Edison created more chances at the weekend for Man City than Odegaard did all of the season he was here from January to the end of May.
Christ.
Yeah, so that's their goalkeeper, right? And he don't score enough. He don't create enough. He's too lightweight, and you can get away with being lightweight if you're pinging in goals. Bruno Fernandes is not exactly a physical specimen, but he'll bag you goals. And I'm not saying that I want Odegaard. Well, I would want Odegaard to be that guy. Yeah, but at the end of the day,
if he's going to be who he is, he needs to be super creative. He needs to be,
and he's not, right? And then we've got Smith Rowe that will get a pass from our fans left, right, and centre. Yeah, and because he came through Hale End, who again doesn't score enough goals, doesn't create enough goals, but at the same time, he will get looked after because he's one of our own. Yeah,
yeah.
And I don't think it's fair, especially on him. Yeah,
to be wearing that 10 shirt.
Yeah, it's not fair. He apparently wanted it, right? But I think it's a bit out of order that we are pinning our hopes on that kid and Saka, especially to be the leading forward.
But that's what you did last season, is it? And look where it got you. You would have thought that Arsenal would have said to themselves, okay, pinning all of our hope on these guys is probably not the wisest thing to do. They're pretty inexperienced. They could actually do with some quality around them to learn off in the training ground instead of potentially being the best guys at the training ground. But
and that's what I'm saying. If we put Thomas Partey and Basuma next to each other, that's now a solid midfield.
Very solid. Yeah. That's one of the that's one of the best pivots in the league.
They're both very similar types of players. Yeah,
when Partey's fit,
each other because they are what Partey's good at. Basuma's not necessarily great at, and vice versa. Partey's very good at dribbling and getting forward. Basuma's very good at sticking his leg out, winning the ball, and popping it off. But they can also both do that. Yeah. They'll come and he
had an incredible game at home to Watford the other week.
Oh, he was unreal.
Unbelievable.
I'm surprised nobody
took him. I'm shocked. Absolutely gobsmacked. Nobody took him.
50 million Brighton should have been getting is for him. Like real talk. Ben Shite is shite. Yeah.
Have you already given up on Ben White? Yeah, you're already done. Because that Man City game, I mean, bloody hell. That Man City performance was tragic, man. Like, seriously. And that was with them without a recognised striker.
2021 and Kolasinac still at this football club.
How did he start that game? How? Bro, it's so clear. Like, Kolasinac has been trying to get out of this like club year after year after year. He's slow as hell, and you stick him up against Man City where they've got loads of movement, loads of pace. Torres.
How can I sit there on my build-up on the same watch-along stream in the build-up, right? I sat there, and anyone who watched that, will know that I said this, I said, we'll be 2-0 down inside 20 minutes. we'll have a red card today and we'll get piped 5-0 and Gabriel Jesus will absolutely run that back three ragged. Yeah, because Kolasinek's got the turning circle of a dumper truck. Yeah? and what happens?
I got it. I said 5-1. I'm actually disappointed in myself that I said 5-1. I should have said 5-0 as well. I don't know why I gave you guys a goal. Let me just go through
some... This is the thing that winds me up with it, Matisse, right? We've got Kolasinac in this football club who's actively wanting to leave, yeah? Right? You've got Kieran Tierney, who plays centre-back for Scotland, who can play centre-back for Arsenal and has done, yeah? You've then got Nuno Tavares, who's the backup left-back that's come in to replace Tierney when Tierney's injured, or we want to play Tierney at centre-back. So why did we start Kolasinac? Callum Chambers is in the last year of his contract as well as Kolasinac. So why is he getting games? Yeah, we should have been binning him this summer because he's about Fulham level, mate. He ain't Arsenal level. And then he gets out jumped by a dwarf. Like, come on. Yeah,
Gundogan, isn't it?
Man City score goals with midgets up front, like we're against us. Then incredible. You've got Rob Holding, who just ain't good enough. Just because he didn't cost 50 million doesn't mean he can't be good. No, he was 2 million quid, mate, because he's shit. Yeah? Let's be real. Yeah. Then you look at the midfield.
Yeah, well, you should do the rest of the show in that accent.
Yeah, and then you go to the midfield and you're having a double pivot of Granit Xhaka and Martin Odegaard. Like, turn it in. As soon as I see that starting 11, I was like, oh my days.
How many? How many is the question?
Mate, I was eating my popcorn. I was just sitting there laughing. I had my Mahrez shirt on back to front so you could see Mahrez 7. Yeah, I'm just going to laugh all season.
Oh, well, you had your Mahrez shirt back to front on the stream?
Yeah.
Blood.
I had my Algeria Mahrez shirt on. And when Mahrez came on, I was like, here comes my boy. Go on, son. He nearly scored. He set up the, I think he set up the 5th goal. Yeah, I think he set up the 5th goal. He's class, man. And I'm a football supporter. Obviously, I support Arsenal and I have done for nearly 40 years. But end of the day, I've been telling everyone and
for a long time now.
Sit there and attack me and say I was doing it for views and that. No, I'm doing it because I want my football club to fulfill what we smashed that stadium down for. I'm not buying into this Project Youth crap because it is crap. Yeah. I've gone through a whole adult life working in sales and marketing. I can smell that football club's bullshit a mile away. Yeah. Actively drop the standards by signing a load of kids that are not ready. But then that keeps that manager in a job because more people are likely to back the project than if you give him the players I just mentioned for the same price a minute ago.
Because it puts pressure on him.
The Madisons, because now the expectations.
Well, that's the same pressure that's gone to Manchester United with Ollie as well. Obviously, we're not going to review their transfer window, but that's the complete opposite of what you guys have done. Let me just quickly fly through these super chats just before I lose them, and I'll bring in Toby as well. Bartek says, Lee, you should trust Arteta. He broke Klopp. Lord have mercy.
And I have to buy one of them BA flats,
Pycroft says, dazzling window, United efficient, decisive window, Chelsea jury still out, City secretly disappointed, Liverpool value for money, Villa and Palace, what the fuck? Window from Arsenal. I mean, Toby, what? First of all, welcome to the show. Drinking that H2O, drinking that water.
Honestly, sorry, my bad.
No problem.
Yeah, you say this every week. It's not all about this. It's not the Toby show, mate. London Club's Carnage, mate.
Yeah, but Lee, I'm sorry. What do you want me to do if I'm held up at work? I can't do anything.
Quit your job. Go YouTube full time. I promise you, it's not a financially stressing career.
It's fine.
You should go YouTube full time. I'm telling you, it's not financially stressful whatsoever. YouTube pays so well. They pay so well.
Bro, I was in meetings from around 10 a.m. to 3:30.
Did they not give you breaks? Jesus Christ!
Right. No, bro, because I'm having to condense all my work across Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday because I'm off on Friday.
You know, this is what adult life's about, yeah.
Yeah, I do. I get that.
Fucking nerd.
Look how easy it is to trigger.
I hate this guy. You know what? Yes, he's on this now. Where's my money? Yeah. Where's my money?
He owes you money, innit? Yeah, I forgot.
Remember, Lee? What are you saying?
Do you know what I should have done? I should have got the clip. I should have got the clip and I should have played it. I should have played the clip.
Yes.
I
don't have the clip. I forgot.
Well. I'm surprised you ain't text me, you wanker.
Oh my God, yeah, because you said if Harry Kane stays, isn't it? What was the bet? Was it 50 quid? 100?
He bet me. No, it wasn't £100. It wasn't.
No, but you won 50 off me for the other bet. You've won 100.
Oh yeah. This is mad.
Oh yeah. It's ridiculous. And the thing is, unprovoked as well. Lee didn't need to do it.
No, but you stitched me on the cup final though, man, because I said Jose would win it. Yeah. Like, and we'll never know. And I was still a decent enough guy to say I'll pay my way. And
meanwhile, Toby had his sources like he's going to be.
You know what, Lee? You know what, Lee? Yeah. You know what, Lee? You know what I'm gonna do?
He's coming half hour late and nick 50 quid off me.
You know what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do?
More money than I have so far in the stream.
You know what I'm gonna do, yeah, Lee? Because you paid me for the last one, even though Jose got sacked.
I'm gonna transfer you it.
I'm gonna quash this one because I knew that Kane wasn't going to leave for less than 120 million. I'm going to quash this one. I'm going to leave it down to you.
He's got sources.
I'll pay my bet, so you can't ever say anything about me ever. Yeah. I'm going to do it now. I've given Lee an out.
Well, to be honest, you do already have his sort card and account
I said he doesn't need to pay me. He doesn't need to pay me. It's fine.
I mean, while Lee's doing that,
you watch, because if I don't pay it, yeah, this guy's going to come in about 6 months' time. Do you remember when you didn't pay that bet? Yeah.
No, I actually wouldn't. I'm going to
pay you it. A bet's a bet. I'll pay my bets. Come on.
Oh man. Yeah. I mean, while Lee's doing that,
when I win, make sure that's in there before I even take.
Oh, trust me, it will be. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'll be waiting for the time when you win. Don't worry, bro. Don't worry.
Oh, man. But
actually lovely. I can't even lie.
Legends, obviously. Legends.
You nerd.
That was funny, wasn't it? You nerd.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, Matisse. Let's get back on track.
Oh God. Right, well, anyway,
in your bank account. Don't spend it all at once, you wanker.
Who's giving the echo? Is it me or Lee?
Is it me?
No, it's not you. I think it's me or Lee.
No, we were fine until he jumped in, mate.
Go on, let's see.
Okay, well let's see. We'll all mute ourselves.
To your bank account right now.
What a legend! What a legend! I'm gonna spend that on
to pay my dues. Yeah.
I'm gonna spend that on a couple cocktails on the weekend.
Yeah, get yourself down Brighton Pier, mate. Brighton Beach.
Oh God. Well, before you got here, Toby, we was just
or a birthday party or anything. Do you know what I mean?
You two are clowns from
this guy's
actually joking.
Who's the nerd trying to fucking stop the banter? Go on, nerd.
Go on.
Sorry. It's just you're trying to divert from Arsenal because you know I'm still talking on Arsenal's transfer.
Yeah, because I don't want to talk about them. I've had to hold the show for 27 minutes till he turned up.
I'm gonna let Toby talk on it. I mean, Arsenal's transfer window was quite busy yesterday.
By the way, I'll be 2 minutes.
Yeah, no problem.
Arsenal transfer window in
how are you rating it? What's your after they had a busy day yesterday? Obviously, they lost Bellerin on loan. They brought in this right back, well, apparently according to Sky Sports, he's not really a right back. His agent said he's not a centre back. And he's offered to everybody in the Premier League.
He's a centre back who can also play right back. What do I think of their transfer window? One word: Mediana. Yeah, Mediana. Mediana. It wasn't good enough. They've signed a guy who's a utility man instead of a specialist right back, and I like Tomiyasu. From what I read about him, but I've never watched him for a full 90 minutes because Spurs were linked with him. So I did some reading on him and he looks really good in possession, but I don't know about his capability to defend. People are saying, oh yeah, Arsenal have got him in because, he's 6'2" and he plays right back. Ben White can't really challenge aerially. So that means he's going to cover for Ben White. But then I'm like, so then why would you spend 50 million on a centre back who can't
head the ball?
Yeah. You can't hit the ball. Do you get what I'm saying? And then loaning out a 6'3", 6'4" centre back in Saliba.
Yeah,
it's madness. So their business has not been good enough because when you look at their starting positions, how many starting positions have they improved realistically? Odegaard was there on loan from January last year. You lost him and then you got him back on permanent. Good signing. Scope to improve. Yes, cool. But striking issue is still the same. And in fact, now you're now going to be relying on the same Nketiah, who's not going to bang. Balogun, I'm not really sure how many games he's going to get. Aubameyang, I don't really think he works currently in this Arteta system because they don't create chances.
Well, what striker does work in a system that doesn't create chances?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is Aubameyang ain't a striker.
He can't create. Yeah,
he's not going to drop deep. He's not going to drop deep and create like Harry Kane. He's not going to He's not going to rattle defenses like Lukaku. Like Lukaku's hold-up play is improving as well. Aubameyang is very much get me the ball in and around the box and I'll score. And they can't do that well enough. They can't do that with enough speed and regularity. So you struggle to see how they're going to consistently create chances with Arteta at the helm. Lacazette, his contract, he's going to be out of contract next year. They've not been able to offload him. So now that's going to be yet another player that they're going to get, that they spent 50-something million pounds on, that they're going to lose for £0. Bellerin has gone on loan to Betis, no obligation to buy.
He's in the last year when he comes back as well.
Yeah, exactly. Betis are probably going to pay them peanuts to loan him. Ainsley Maitland-Niles.
And they were getting big offers from Barcelona not so many years ago. Same with Ainsley Maitland-Niles as well.
But yeah, like
he's being held hostage, by the way.
He is. Did you see the post on Instagram with the whole please let me go?
He is. And now Arteta's sent him into the sunken place. He sent him into the sunken place, and that's it. You're not coming out.
This is the thing. Sorry to cut
They've got 3 right backs on their books now. 3, even with Bellerin gone, because
I just Cedric's still there. Right, this is the end of William Saliba at Arsenal Football Club, because we've gone and done 50 on Ben White who can't head a ball. And I heard what you said when I was in the toilet, Toby, about a 6'4" centre back, right? I guarantee you now, I'm not going to bet on it because I'll lose every bet with you. I guarantee you now, at some point this season, Saliba will get a call up for the French national team. Right? Yeah. But this guy is a guy that's deemed not good enough. This guy that we've brought in is a centre back or a right back. Nobody really knows. Yeah. So we've just bought a £50 million centre back, realised he can't head a ball. So we bought a 6'2" centre back who can. Like, come on. Yeah. Like, seriously, like, at the end of the day, we've replaced Xhaka with Xhaka. We've replaced Odegaard with Odegaard. Yeah. We've replaced David Luiz with Ben White and Tiramisu. Yeah. Bellerin's just useless, but now he's two hours up the road. So I'm just going to have to go and watch Betis a couple of times this season and call him Zoolander again to his face. And then you look at it and you think, like, out of all the players that we've signed a backup. How many backup goalkeepers are there in the league?
But you've got, this is the thing, you've got 3 left backs and 3 right backs in your squad.
Why? Crazy.
Why? You know what the madness is? Maitland-Niles has said that he told Arteta that he didn't want to play centre mid. He wants to play right back this season, right? So why are we not playing him right back? He's better than all of our right backs. He's got the height, he's got the athleticism, he's got the pace. He's our quickest player, by the way. He's quicker than anyone in that squad. Yeah.
Was it not Bellerin? Did Bellerin slow down or something?
Bellerin's pace left in about 2006.
Yeah, Bellerin is done.
Aubameyang is not as quick as Maitland-Niles is our quickest player. He's actively come out and said, I'm the quickest player in the squad. Yeah. I just feel so sorry for him after that post, man. It just looks like he's on his last. Aubameyang looks like he's rapid because he's tall and skinny like me. A bigger guy, somebody like Toby, for example, with all the muscles and the gym work, he's not going to look as quick over the distance because he's carrying more size. Yeah, whereas me, I'm like a whippet, bruv. I'm gone. Trap 3 settings, bruv. At fucking Doncaster races. You know what I mean? But
I think the only way these 2 players stay that you mentioned, Guendouzi and Saliba in particular, is if the manager's sacked. And then maybe when they come back next summer, they might.
Guendouzi's gone. Guendouzi got sold permanently.
Oh, sold permanently?
No, he's not. He's on loan.
I think it's a loan.
He's on loan.
No, I think it's a loan.
I think there is an option to buy him for 10 million, I think.
Oh, wow. 10 million, that's a lot.
10 million. Yeah. And we've got Doozy scored at the weekend. He's been called up to France, like that guy says there. Yeah, people are sitting and go, oh, it's only because Tolisso got injured. Well, has he been called up or not? He has. Okay, thanks. Yeah,
it is only because Tolisso got injured.
Yeah, but it's a very difficult for us.
I get you. I get what you mean.
Like, it's a list of midfielders you could pick to get in that squad.
Loads,
midfielders that you'd look at and think, flipping hell, how ain't he got in the squad?
Yeah.
And Guendouzi's in there. Saliba are getting there, right? But if you look, we've bought Nuno Tavares, and it is the right pronunciation. I asked Kenny Ken, right? He's great with his Portuguese. Right, so Nuno Tavares, I'm not too disappointed with that. 6-7 million quid, and we thought Kolasinac, who's in the last year of his contract, was going to go. No, he's still here. Right, we've signed Sambi Lokonga, who's going to be head and shoulders the best signing out of all the dross we've signed. That guy is quality. And by the way, you've had 2 good games, mate. So your reward is sit on the bench at Man City.
Crazy.
Yeah, and we're putting El Neni on instead. Like, come on. Yeah, we've got Callum Chambers in the last year of his deal. He's still at the club. We've got Kolasinac same. Lacazette the same, Eddie and Nketiah the same, and there's another one. I can't remember. There's another one, and they're all still at the club. How is Mohamed El Neni still at this football club? How is Kolasinac still at his football club. When I look at it, and I said this before you jumped on, Toby, right? If we had signed Matt Ryan on a free, Nana for 6 mil, Max Aarons for 30 mil maybe, or Lamptey, Bissouma for 45 and Maddison for 70, that's the same money spent. You now put Saliba and Guendouzi back in the squad, all of a sudden we're thinking, flipping out.
It's a much better squad.
Much better team. Yeah. And it's actually got a lot higher potential as well.
Champions League and that pressure to get Champions League is on him. They don't want that on him because they don't want to sack him. Yeah. And they're going to keep him as long as they can. The easiest way to do that is by a load of youth team kids and dress it up as a project. Because then more people are buying into it.
The only substantial money you recouped as well was Joe Willock on 26 million for Newcastle. I'm still shocked you got that much money. That was quite a good
That's
fee
the
to
only
get.
player we've sold this summer.
Yeah. Everybody else is alone and a free.
He was actually terminated more contracts since he's been technical director than he sold players.
Yeah, and my thing as well is, like we said, they spent, like 170 million?
168 million it says on transfer market.
Close to 170 million, and really and truly, you've only like massively upgraded on maybe 2 positions at best.
He didn't even upgrade.
Sambi Lokonga he looks good. You get what I'm saying? He looks good.
Is that an upgrade on Doozy? Probably not. Not now. Not right now. It might.
And that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like Odegaard has basically replaced Odegaard. Like it's like the changes. Everyone knew Arsenal. What do they need? They need a levels partner next to Thomas Partey. If you're going to play 4-2-3-1, you need a levels partner next to Thomas Partey. Someone like Lokonga is calm to have in your squad because Thomas Partey is injury prone, and you sold Joe Willock, etc., etc. You need depth. You sold Joe Willock and Guendouzi, and you learned that Guendouzi, you need depth, and he looks like he'll be good quality in depth. But you still need a partner for Thomas Partey. That's not been signed. Centre back. You've now spent 50 million on Ben White. Even if you needed a centre back, why are you spending 50 million on Ben White? Right back now, you've got a hybrid centre back / right back instead of just a natural right back. And then
you've got the same with Callum Chambers as well, a hybrid.
Yeah.
Then you've got Cedric, who ain't really good enough to start first team games. Like he's the backup.
He's terrible.
Yeah? And then you've got Maitland-Niles, who's gagging to get a game or gagging to leave, and you're sitting him and saying, "No, you ain't doing either, mate." And he's the best of the lot. It makes no sense to me. It really don't. And I look at it and I just think, like, who's calling these shots, man?
Bro, I think it's so strange. Like, you not having Europe was
such an opportunity.
Yeah, the one thing that all your fan base and literally every single person with a brain cell could see, that you don't have Europe. Best thing to do is to cull this squad, cut down on the dross, do whatever it takes to get rid of them, and focus on the first 11, improve the quality of the first 11. And it's like, instead you lot have done the opposite. You've even retained more dross, and you've padded the dross with more squad players instead of genuine starters. It doesn't make sense.
We're gonna move on to Tottenham in a minute, but it was actually 178 million pounds market value, but you got 150 million, so you didn't even get all of the market value for the players, apparently, according to Transfer Market. But we'll move on to Tottenham because Tottenham also,
they overpaid for Ben White by like
they overpaid. Yeah.
Crazy.
But Tottenham have also done some business on deadline day. I think Emerson Royal has come in as well.
So that cringy
player we were chasing all summer, by the way.
I mean, he's 22 years old. He's a right back from Barcelona. I've never watched him or heard of him. What about you, Toby? Have you heard of this brother?
I didn't really watch much of him at Barca. I watched a little bit of him at Betis. I remember him and Firpo. They were the ones on the come up like a couple seasons ago at Betis. And I really like Junior Firpo. And I've heard mixed reviews on Emerson. Like some people I saw tweeting said that they're gutted that he's leaving Barca. Some people were saying, "Oh, he's worse than Aurier and Doherty and stuff like that." For me personally, I'm all for Spurs signing a new right back. Like, I think it's clear that we needed a first choice right back to come and command this spot. We thought that was going to be Doherty last season, and he was the exact opposite. He, hand on heart, has been the worst right back I've seen at Spurs since Alan Hutton. So he needed to be binned this summer.
Alan Hutton, you know.
Yeah,
and we're just
Alan Hutton, man. That's a
No, it's the truth. It's the truth, bro. He's the worst right back I've seen at Spurs since Hutton. 100%. 100%.
Hutton was bad, man.
Doherty.
Really
and
bad.
this is a guy, Matisse, you know how much I was gassing this guy. This is a guy, like, bro, I'm telling you, Lee, I can't give you one good 90-minute performance Matt Doherty has had in the Spurs shirt. I swear to God. I swear.
And it's funny because Nuno's there now, so I thought potentially he would have been looking to get something out of him because he's obviously managed him before. But no.
Yeah, so and this Emerson guy, he looks like he can take players on. He looks strong. He looks like he's not going to get bullied. I don't know if he has the bozo gene, but I like the fact that he's technically secure. And listen, as I said, we needed an upgrade at right back. We needed a natural.
You've now also got 3. I mean, is Tanganga a centre back? Is he? Because he's been playing right back.
Tanganga's a centre back that's doing a job at right back for us. But the plan is obviously now. Aurier, we terminated his contract.
Everybody's terminating contracts today, isn't it? Shit.
Yeah. So,
was it that deep though? Could you not sell him? Was it that deep? He had to terminate his contract.
So I think the teams that were interested in Aurier, I don't think a couple of them. I don't think he wanted to go to them. I think like Lille were interested, for instance, but he didn't want to go to Lille because their rivalry with Lens. Last season as well, I think there were bids for him from like Spartak Moscow and stuff. He didn't want to go to these clubs, so and that's fair enough. Like he doesn't have to go to these clubs.
I didn't even know that you'd got rid of Moussa Sissoko until I was in Seville at the weekend.
Yeah. We got literally on Friday. We got rid of him for like £3 million to Watford. So we needed a right back, as I said. Like we needed a first choice right back to command that spot. So now the plan is to try and kick on with Emerson at right back, Reguilon at left back, and then have the likes of Tanganga at there for depth until we sort out the Doherty situation, move him on, and then eventually getting another right back to pad our squad and move Tanganga to centre back.
Maybe Becky B when he's down to his last year next summer.
Timmy's saying easily one of the best right backs last season in La Liga. So interesting.
That's good. That's good to hear.
You guys have also gone down the youth kind of road in terms of bringing in young players. Obviously, Brian Gill's 20 years old. He was signed from Sevilla. Pepe Sarr from Men's is 18 years old. And obviously Romero is only 23 as well. Is he good? Is that guy?
I've never watched a 90-minute performance, so that's going to change this season. I'm going to watch a couple of these matches for Mets, but I saw his compilation and he looks. I know everyone looks crazy in comps, but
Yaya Sanogo looked good in the comp.
You know what? Yaya Sanogo is a rare breed because Yaya Sanogo is one of the few FM stars that has never banged in real life because FM, they rarely get it wrong. And I remember I had Yaya Sanogo.
Oh, really? Was he actually a star in FM? I didn't realize that.
Yeah. He was a wonder kid when he was young. Every single time I was up and coming, I would sign him for the cheap. And
they do rarely get it wrong. Yeah.
He would go on to be better than Lukaku on FM.
Shit.
Imagine. And Lukaku was a problem on FM.
How old is Sanogo? There's still time.
Man was more interested in being a postman. Yeah, he didn't want to be a footballer. He openly said, "I enjoy being a postman."
Wow! Oh, wow. Okay. Well, each to their own. You sold for
another Wenger backhander. That's what that was. Like, do you know what I mean? It's probably related to him somewhere down the line.
Oh man,
you lot froze, man. What's going on here?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
You sold. I'm just going through your sales. Foyth, Alderweireld, Sissoko, Joe Hart. Yeah, Danny Rose left. Lamella left. What are you rating this window out of 10 for Tottenham? Because there's a lot of movement in your squad.
It's a 4.5. It's a 4.5.
Oh shit!
No. Like you have to be honest. Like it's just about like it's subpar. Like it's not horror. It's not horrific, but it's not good. And the reason, let me give the good part. So the good things about the window, that's even bumped up the rating there, are that we have signed some good young players. Gil looks good. Sarr, from what we've read and seen in doses on clips, he looks really good. Romero, 23 years old, that looks a really good signing for Spurs. Best centre back. We're
signing a centre back, right back that was, I think, 21st on defensive capabilities.
Yeah. And then of course, then we sign a right back. We all knew that we needed to sign a right back, and we've done that. So that's good. And then on top of that, you've got rid of some of the elderly folk in our team. You've got rid of 32-year-old Alderweireld. Got his wages off the wage bill. Same for Sissoko, got him off the wage bill. Same for Lamela, got him off the wage bill, and even used him as a make weight to sign apparently one of the best talents in Spain in Brian Hill.
He's a good player, that Gil. He is a good player.
Yeah, he is.
And
he is.
So Harry Kane, your top man. Like,
yeah.
I don't like. I get what you mean, but I don't like including stuff like that. Like we kept.
Yeah, but you did. That's part of the chance. He wanted out. You've managed to keep him.
He did, but for me, I judge it based on like who we've bought and who we've sold. That's the way.
If you look at the Arsenal journey to a new stadium and your journey, we were selling player after player after player after player because apparently we had to pay a stadium off, which was a lie. And then we couldn't spend that much money. You've kept your best player. You've signed your second best player up to a new contract in Son. You've gone and done 50 million quid on a centre back. Yeah, you've signed a decent young kid from Spain. Yeah, and you're top of the table, having conceded no goals in 3 games so far.
Yeah, and all whilst underperforming last year in the league. So this is even more impressive.
You've got yourself a decent young right back. So if I was, I'm not going to say it, but if I was a Spurs fan, I'm not.
Clip him.
Then I would be happy with that. You've kept your 2 best players. One's on a new deal. Yeah. One's been flirting with City and stays. Yeah. And it's now how you manage that and whether he gets his head screwed on and goes for it again. Yeah. You're candidates for top 4 this season, mate. Trust me.
I don't know, man. And the reason why I'm going to say I don't know is because as good as all those things sound, we've only improved on maybe 2 out of a possible 5 positions in our starting 11, which is right back and centre back. We still have Dyer at the club. We still have Sanchez at the club. One of them is going to have to play with Romero. We've been needing a first choice right winger for like 2-3 years now. Didn't come. We're now back to having no backup striker for Harry Kane. No one's talking about that.
Yeah, but Son can do that job.
Yeah, but Lee, the problem is Son's going to be playing. You want Son to play alongside Harry Kane for most of our league games, and then when we want to give Harry Kane a rest in Europe and stuff, are we then saying that Son should then start playing in some of these bummy Europe?
When the Son get his rest, isn't it?
We're now back to.
Then you just go and drag someone out that you've set up. You had that guy who
you're right, Dane Scarlett,
into the Sainsbury's goalkeeper in that.
He was on loan.
Yeah, he's gone now. He's gone, isn't it?
He was on loan, but. Of course, like we've got someone from the academy in Dane Scarlett, but my point is he's 16 years old, and it's just like it's almost like you give this club an inch and they take a mile. Like give them the smallest bit of indication that you can operate on what you have, and they'll take that as gospel.
Someone just said, can Tanganga not play with Romeo? That's a decent shout.
I don't think Nuno wants it. I would like that. I don't think Nuno wants it.
Tanganga's a good player. I watched his debut against Liverpool. Yeah, he was unbelievable in that game. He was quality that game. Tanganga's a good prospect for Spurs. I think he's diligent, he does his job well, but of course he has limitations. But I just think for all the good that we've done, we needed to do more. Do you get what I'm saying? Like we should have moved on at least one more player. Like we've got players like Harry Winks still in our team. We've got no creativity in the final third that we've been crying out for since Eriksen left. Do you get what I'm saying? So I want to look at things and be optimistic. I want to be optimistic about Spurs, but I can't be optimistic when I'm still relying on a majority of players that let us down last season. It's very hard to do that. And granted, Nuno's coming in, he's doing a good job so far. But it's just a case of how long is it going to be before some of these players let him down? The same way some of these players let down Jose Mourinho. And you know how much of a fierce critic I was of Jose and how much he needed to go. But I said it on London Carnage as well. Like some of these players, they let him down as well. They let him down. But do you not think that, like you said about Jose before, about like he's washed, he's past it, and like he's still trying to do, and I get it. Like I like Jose, I think he's quality, but he's still trying to adopt methods that he was doing in 2008, like with like just being blatantly rude, and thinking that works, and then putting an arm around somebody else. Nuno don't come across like that type of guy.
No, he doesn't.
So I think that them players that maybe down tools a little bit for Jose will potentially buy in more to Nuno. Yeah, they might not get the same like the same treatment is what I'm saying. Like Nuno don't see. I can imagine Nuno is a bit of an arsehole because he's worked under Jose before, yeah. Right, and you don't work under Jose unless you're a prick at times, yeah. Right, but it just comes across, yeah, as somebody that he will out you from the squad if you've been shit. But Jose probably won't talk to you for a month, whereas Nuno will be talking to you, telling you why he's done it. Yeah, look at Danny Rose, that thing on the I don't think that situation would have arose if it was Nuno in that.
Arose. I see what you did there.
I'm just comedy gold. Nice. No, but I don't think it would have arose if that was Nuno. He wouldn't have.
No, I agree.
Sat down and had that conversation.
I agree, but I think it's just what we as Spurs fans we've seen it all before, where the Spurs hierarchy leave the manager short and expect the manager's managerial quality to just carry the team through. They did it with Pochettino. They're going to try and do it with Nuno as well. They're always going to take that way instead of improving the squad as much as possible. They wanted the Adama Traore, and you lot know I didn't want Adama Traore. I didn't want Spurs, not for 50 million. I didn't want Spurs to spend that money on him. But if that's your target,
Alex Iwobi, I've been telling everyone this for about 2 years.
I'm like, surely Adama couldn't have been your only right wing target. We need a midfielder as well. Basuma was available, nothing there. It's just one step forward, one step back. And
is that what you think you're missing though? You needed a right winger and you needed a CM, and then you would have been completely happy.
I think we needed a lot. we needed about seven players, but obviously
look at this greedy guy, man. Look at him.
This brother's greedy, you know. Listen, it's all that protein he's been eating. You know what I mean?
We needed about, all jokes aside, what Spurs needed was around 7 players. And I'm realistic. Of course, we're not going to sign 7. What was more important for me was moving some of the underperforming players out this summer and maybe getting a 3 or 4. Get 3 or 4 players and move out some of the dross, and that's a good basis to work off. Like you mentioned with Nuno, he's a nice guy. I think his temperament is much better than Jose Mourinho, and I think in his in-game management, even though he's from the same school of Jose in terms of playing the counter-attacking football, as you'll see him with Spurs, when we go up 1-0 or whatever, we don't just sit on that 1-0 lead. We try and actively go for more. Okay, it may not it may not work at times.
Yo, Rico, pause, Rico.
What the hell?
Everybody in the chat has just got on. Yo, Rico, what's all this? Huh? What's going on in my chat, bro? I put it on slow mode, and this is how you abuse the tool. Raw, fam. You're gonna go after one of my mods like that. That's my mod, you know. Jesus Christ. Stay away from Kant's cheeks, man. Seriously.
It's weird. Nuno is from the same school of Jose, which is why I didn't want him. I didn't want Nuno at Spurs, but I'm not going to knock the job he's doing so far. And I think when you're looking at subtle differences, in-game approach is different in a sense that we don't just score a goal and sit back and camp. We score a goal and we try and score some more. Whether that's on the counter or whether that's with us.
But that could work one or two ways. Yeah, that could be seen as naive. Yeah, or it could be a masterstroke because then you're putting the team under pressure. Yeah, but then if you are 1-0 up in a close game against a decent team, I can hear myself echoing. You could end up effing yourself out of the victory. Yeah, because you want to go and get 2, 3, 4. Whereas sometimes you've got to shut up shop, and it's finding that balance. Yeah, like I said after we played you, I was on AFTV. It was my last fan cam ever on that channel. Yeah, and it was against Tottenham. Funny enough, and Robbie said to me, "What would you do? Like, he's obviously here for the rest of that season. What would you do going into next season?" I said, "I'd sack him and go and get Nuno." Yeah, and then all of a sudden, fast forward a year and 1 month, or a year and 1 month and 2 days, or whatever it was when somebody put it out the other day. You're sat top, no goals conceded. We're sat bottom, no goals scored. First time ever you've been top when we've been bottom. No, I'm not saying Nuno's going to be the saviour and he's going to be fantastic and get you top 4. I think you have a chance. I think you've got a decent squad. If you can get Harry Kane firing, yeah, and get that partnership with Son going in, boy, you're a threat to anyone because them two alone are a threat.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see how Nuno would develop as our coach. Like, I'm not gonna be here. Like, I didn't want him, but he's here now, innit? And I'm gonna see how he's doing. I'm not gonna hound him out. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I didn't want Jose Mourinho because I just felt his methods were completely outdated.
Did you not see? Did you not see the goal for Roma the other night?
I did. Bro. That's how it always is. There's a brief glimpse where it's like, oh, it's sexy, and then
hey, who was part of that goal? Who was also part of those goals?
Yeah, Tammy Abraham.
Tammy Abraham. Let's give him some flowers.
Well. Should we get Mkhitaryan back? Do you know what I mean?
No. Yeah, they're different ages. They're different ages.
But anyway, yeah, let's see how Nuno.
It was Mickey's flick that set it up, mate.
It's true.
Wow, someone said my head's giving them Thanos vibes. That's rude. That is so rude.
Yo, you can tell Toby felt that one. You know, he's taking bare slander, but that one hurt.
That one in his core.
He's had the Lukaku ones. You don't care about that, but that one hurt him in his core, fam.
Someone comments about Betis being sponsored by Gymshark are hilarious, man.
Apparently, I'm a Spider-Man. Yeah, I'm Spider-Man.
Yeah,
homecoming.
to summarize, though, to summarize on why I think it wasn't good enough is just go and watch that Wolves game again when we won 1-0. That was one of the luckiest 1-0s ever. We were pummeled for the majority of the game, couldn't control the ball to save our lives, and then on Watford. Slightly improved performance, more attempts, but we weren't able to actually create consistently clear-cut chances against Watford.
But man, you did that against Wolves, man. Wolves battered.
Yeah, but I'm talking about Watford now. Though Watford at home, and you're not able to.
Southampton battered Man U. It's all relative, man. It's the start.
I don't think it is though, because I think we'll come unstuck when we play against some of the better sides.
1-0. You can't keep doing that, because eventually when you don't score, you're finished, yeah.
But to be fair, Harry Kane hasn't turned up yet because obviously he's had all of his issues, so he'll start scoring. You'd expect soon.
And the thing is, no doubt in a couple.
Yeah, but there was no service for Harry Kane on Sunday
at the Emirates. He'll probably turn up and fucking turn into prime Barcelona and win 4.
I hope so. Long may it continue.
Imagine if that happened. How would they try and spin that one to keep him in a job? Do you know what I mean?
They'll spin it any old way. I'm sure he'll release a new tracksuit or something the following day.
The wheelie and the right out with the new merch.
But yeah, 4.5 out of 10 for me. Did some good things, but not enough. Not enough.
Our win was a 0, so that's 4.5 improvement on our 0.
Jesus Christ. I mean, Lee, I was going to ask you, did you see Drogba's tweet today? He said, "Thank you, Agent William. Your mission is over," like David Luiz Petr.
And do you know what? That in itself should be
that is rude.
Ever to contact that fucking West London club every day. I can't lie. I'm jealous of Chelsea, man. I genuinely am. I'm like Tony Rolfe texted me earlier and he said about all the business you've done with loan fees. You got 35 million quid coming in on loan fees. You made about 80 million profit or something stupid. Yeah, you've got Saul Niguez, you've got Lukaku. You already had a decent team. You've got a quality manager. Yeah, and, you know, if Arsenal had gone to Anfield, and had a man
10 men for the half,
carnage, mate.
Lord.
Look, we had man sent off the other day, 2-0 down. Ping, 9% possession, mate. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like when I didn't watch all of that Chelsea game because I was driving to Sevilla, but I watched about 25 minutes of the second half. Yeah, from what I see on the highlights, you should have been 3-0 up.
Yeah, I mean, we had some really poor decision making in the final third on a few transitions. I thought Mason Mount, Kai, even Lukaku himself, they didn't quite pick out the right passes at times. The passes that Man City always pick out in the final third. When it comes down to the final decision to walk it in, so to speak, we kind of
stick tapping.
We kind of screwed that up. But
I think that's what should really worry you, though, Lee. That obviously Arsenal are expected to lose to your Chelseas and your Man Cities, but it's the fact that Chelsea didn't really have to get out of second gear to beat Arsenal, and it could have been 3 or 4. And Man City, that was a stroll in the park. Like I've seen them work harder against Southampton, let alone
harder the week before against Norwich. And this is what makes me laugh with it, right? People sit there and go, "You just said it. Oh, you don't expect Arsenal to beat City. You don't expect them to beat Chelsea. Well, we've beaten them in cup semis and cup finals, right? So that argument for me is a load of rubbish, right? Number 2, I don't expect Brentford to compete with us. Yeah. So when I've been watching all these fan cams and all these tweets doing the rounds and other people's streams, and they're sitting there going, "Oh, we can't compete with City and Chelsea." Well, we can. We spent the most money in the league. Yeah, we've outspent Chelsea for 6 summers. Yeah, if you add it all up. Yeah, and if that's the case, well, how are Brentford competing with Arsenal then? Because surely it's level as well. Yeah, like it's miles away. And that's what I'm saying. It's like any excuse at Arsenal. Oh, we can't compete with Chelsea. Bollocks. We've done the double over them last season. Yeah, and we finished 8th. Yeah, Man City. Yeah, cool. We ain't beaten them for as long as I can remember in the league, but we do them in the cups, like in the FA Cup especially. Yeah, but it's like I just think like Granit Xhaka is a disgrace. He ain't even come out and apologized, and any excuse. Oh, we can't compete. What do you mean you can't compete, mate? Yeah, we've done £400 million since Wenger got sacked. 400 million. Yeah, and look at that squad. We've signed 29 players since he got sacked. And look at the state of that squad. And we're signing up players. That back three at City was his back three.
Yeah, it was.
It was. He came on, his player. Xhaka started, his player. Yeah, Aubameyang and Lacazette, his players. Yeah, and people can sit there and Rob Holding, like I said, in the back. But people can bang on about, we need to get rid of the dead wood. This guy's keeping them.
He's signing them potentially.
He's keeping them.
But let me not pivot away because you was on to praising Chelsea. So you was about to praise Chelsea there, and I don't want to miss out on that.
I don't want to hear none of this gloating bollocks.
I mean, we spent 108 million in the window and recouped 110 million in sales. I mean, Toby, would you say we had the best window, or would you say Man United? Because those seem to be the two clubs that everybody's pitting for who had the best window overall. I mean, United obviously didn't get their DM, but they did get Ronaldo. So
I'm trying to remember. So you lot obviously signed Lukaku
and Saul Niguez.
And who else?
We signed Bettinelli, I think the goalkeeper, and then the rest of it was sales and loans out. So
Bettinelli,
yeah.
I think it's you obviously got to rate, as I said, rate your transfer window on two things. The players coming in, do they address a direct issue in your squad? And the players going out, are they players that you needed to shed? And I think with you, Tomori, Gay, Zuma, and Jorin, I heard you sold him for a stupid P to Zenit, right?
And Andrin's gone out on loan to Zenit, but there's an option to buy for 17 million in January, and then there's an option to buy for us for 40 million.
Crazy money.
Never kicked a first team football.
Yeah. So I don't think Chelsea have had the best window, but I think you've had a really, really effective window. Like you signed a striker to lead your line, and you signed that fourth piece midfielder that can actually play in the double pivot role and can play in a 4-3-3 as well. I think with Loftus-Cheek, we've spoken about him a million times. He doesn't have the positional discipline to play the way Tuchel wants him to play. He doesn't have the off the ball work that Tuchel demands. I think Saul, you see him in that Atletico Madrid system. He's played in rigid systems before. He can do the dirty work, and he's got the technical quality to boot as well. Okay, granted, he's not had the best of times the past maybe year or 2 years or whatever, but he's got the capacity to play in it. And I mean, you'd have to do a lot of you'd have to be a star-studded, massive, major outfit to be bitching at Saul Niguez as your fourth choice central midfielder. Like that's ridiculous. Our fourth choice central midfielder is Harry Winks, for heaven's sake. So,
and all the big clubs kind of struggled in the midfield outside Man City. Liverpool obviously got rid of Wijnaldum. Some Liverpool fans were saying, why don't we get Basuma? Man United never got their DM. So I think, definitely Saul Niguez, if Tuchel can turn his form around a little bit. I think Saul Niguez, most of it was down to the fact that he didn't like playing in all these different positions at Atletico. He played out left wing back at some point for them as well. So, yeah.
I think as well with just the transfer window as a whole, I think Man United's transfer window, like sick window, like sick window, like to get. 100%. It was a sick window.
Is still there. Yeah, they've got so much other dross still at that football club. Yeah, I'm just picking him out because he's just there. Right, he's been there for 9 years. I think he's their longest serving, or one of the longest serving players. They've got rid of next to no one other than Dan James. How they got 30 million for him, by the way, is mad.
Crazy man. They loaned out. To be fair, they loaned out
last year. And Varane's Varane, whatever. Yeah, cool, wicked centre back. But they haven't done enough for me, Man United. They should have been getting rid of some of these other players and going and getting a few more players in, because Cavani's obviously come out and said that he's going to be going off to this international thing that he's doing. Yeah,
They've got more than enough cover at forward, though, haven't they?
Yeah, they have in the forward lines, but their midfield is dead.
Yeah, we saw that in transition, isn't it? Adama Traore versus Fred. It was quite the episode.
Yeah, I mean, Fred's like doing a Kante at the bridge against Martinelli. Like, what's that all about? I have to hold on to these little things, mate.
I know. I'll give it to you.
But they're centre mid positions. They've got Scott McTominay in midfield. Van der Beek can't get off the bench. Like, come on, man. Like, and then
I don't get why Van der Beek is not used more. I think he'd be brilliant for them. Sancho would love Van der Beek.
Mate,
he's so intelligent.
They need a DM. I'm shocked they didn't go for Ndidi.
They should have got a DM. They should have got.
If I was to rate Man United's transfer window, they've got Ronaldo in. Like, come on, one of the greatest players we've ever seen. Yeah, they've got Sancho in that they should have done last season, and then they've got Varane.
They could have went and got Basuma. That would have been a very good sign.
Their window, I'd give United's window a 6. Because
I'm giving Chelsea's an 8.
A lot more, and I would have then, with that money, then gone and got a Basuma, gone and got another midfielder, a centre mid. They could have gone and got Houssem Aouar for £20 million, man.
He's not really a DM though. I think they needed Basuma would have been a brilliant.
Then similar to Van der Beek.
You have to look at it this way as well, though, Lee. Like they needed. So if we're talking about their first 11, so 3 positions: defensive midfielder, centre back, and right winger. Yeah. And maybe a striker. They've gone out and signed Ronaldo, who can play centrally. They've signed a first choice right winger for the next 5-6 years. They've signed a Champions League level elite centre back in his prime to slot straight into centre back. The only piece they're missing is the defensive midfield, and I agree with you. I don't get how they didn't spend the money on it, but I still think, in terms of the firepower and the instant quality that they've added to their squad, I think it's been like a really sick window for.
Well, I watched them against Wolves. Yeah, I watched a bit of the game against Wolves. Yeah, and like when Adama Traore burst through and he was running at the, I mean, that was.
It was so funny. I swear to watch. It was brilliant.
But then when I looked, the gap between
Pogba, Fred,
he burst through,
and the centre backs
was about 40 yards. I'm like, oh my god! Like if Adama Traore actually had any end product, it
would be mad.
Would have been a fucking about 5-0. and it was
I think that was more on his teammates' end product than his. But I agree. His end product,
his passing in that game was actually decent. He was picking the right balls, but. Like he wasted a couple of half-decent chances where I thought you could have laid him in, but it was the Portuguese fella. I know that's like kind of hard to
Trincao.
Yeah, he should have had a hat trick. Like it's just pathetic. But like I just think Man United, you could put Sergio Ramos and Varane in there together. Yeah, when you've got McTominay and Fred in front of you, and I think Fred's actually a half-decent player. Yeah, but when he's playing with McTominay or he's in with Pogba and
he's not 50 million, but he's all right.
100%. Yeah, and that's the problem. They've got too many players that are similar. Yeah, Pogba and Bruno want to play in the same position. Yeah. And the thing is, you can't drop either. Right? So then what you do is you go, oh well, we'll move Pogba out to the left side. We'll put Bruno there, and then we'll put McTominay and Fred in. Yeah. And the problem is when you've got McTominay and Fred in that team. Sorry, mate, that's a massive downgrade as a pairing compared to, say, Basuma and Pogba playing box to box. Yeah, next to him. Like, do you know what I mean? It's a massive downgrade, yeah? And that is where they're going to have problems this season. They can buy Ronaldo, and I think he'll do well. He'll do well anywhere he plays, yeah? He can play it right back and he'll still smash 20 goals a season, yeah? And I think Sancho will do well. I know he weren't great at the weekend, but listen, it's going to take him a few months to get into it. Yeah, Varane, I think he's quality. But at the end of the day, you can have the best centre-back pairing in the world. When you've got shit in front of you, you're going to get exposed, mate.
100.
Yeah. What do you guys make of the Sancho? It's a little bit of slander in the chat. I'm guessing it's banter. But listen, I must say, he was shit on his, I
saw the, because I didn't even watch the game, but someone put a compilation together.
Oh, I see it on Twitter.
Yeah.
It looked like
the last 20 seconds of that clip were hilarious, man.
It looked like a Hall of Shame performance, but listen, it's fine. We'll eat that one up. Like Sancho is alive and kicking. It's his first. He's only played. That's his first start for Man United. Yeah. And he needs to acclimatize back to the way they play in this league as well. He will be fine. Yeah. There's no doubts whatsoever about Jadon Sancho. He's a baller. Cream always rises to the top.
Yeah, he's got such quick feet, man. Even on that compilation where they done him dirty, man. Yeah, you could see how quick his feet are, man, and how like his thought process. Yeah, obviously he didn't execute any of it. Yeah, but once he comes good, man, and he will. Yeah, but the problem he's got is it's like Pepe vibes now, isn't it? The price tag's gonna
be every game, like he's got to get off the mark soon.
Yeah,
same with Grealish.
He needs a game where maybe Liverpool or Man City, where he smashes it, bags a couple of goals, gets 3 assists.
The thing is, Wan-Bissaka behind him, if he plays on that right wing, does not suit Sancho, because Wan-Bissaka, let's be real, is not the greatest guy to combine with and create space with and create overloads with. Like he's just not very good going forward. Do you know what I mean?
They needed a right back in the DM.
I think Dalot would have been great. You know, I know he's very attacking and maybe defensively.
Did he go back out on loan? Dalot?
No, I think they kept him in the end because
something. So why don't we just use him? I don't.
Yeah, just use him exactly.
Moving weird with that one.
And they kept Delano as well, the winger, and they obviously sold Diallo, sorry, yeah, and they sold Dan James. So they've actually got a lot of technical ability in that team and young, promising talent. Whether he uses it or not is going to be interesting. But Dalot stayed, and I think I've always said this. I thought him and Sancho on the right side would have been mad if they actually use him, because he's so good going forward. Like he's a proper modern day attacking fullback. He's a bit maybe too attacking. Maybe he's a bit more of a wing back, but against low blocks, he'd be brilliant. And then, you just maybe keep Wan-Bissaka for the big games.
Yeah. I do think, though, Lee made a good point, and maybe I should recalibrate my ranking for United on their outgoings. I think Tuanzebe and Brandon Williams, they went out on loan, but there's still players that are in that squad that they didn't really move on. And maybe there needs to be some spotlight on them as well. But I think overall, I would still give Man United's window like I'd give it a 7.5 or even an 8 out of 10, man. I know they like the DM, but bruh,
you're letting this Ronaldo run back. You're letting this blind you, bruv.
I think it's fair though. It's not even just Ronaldo. It's more Varane and Sancho. Like boom, instant quality.
The only new contract, if we're counting that's tax. Yo, this comment is violating me, man. Vibes merchants. Listen, I am watching the comments here. You man can't just violate me. I don't know what you're gonna notice.
Moving like mine, bruv, and I'm about 20 above you.
I thought my hair. No,
I don't have a hairline, so.
Yeah, your hairline's looking mad. I can't lie. Maybe it's the Gymshark outfit, bro. It's not doing it any justice.
Shit, fam. Oh, you man might. Do you know what?
Yeah, you need to go Turkey with Bob Baldwin.
I didn't get why they kept like Jesse Lingard though. Like just selling.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Their outgoings were not good enough. Jesse Lingard.
But Jesse Lingard feels like he wants to stay and have the vibes.
He's not gonna Van der Beek ain't even getting games, so.
Yeah, but he can have vibes with Ronaldo and Sancho and everyone.
As decent as Lingard is technically, yeah, and he could bag goals like he did at West Ham, yeah, you ain't putting him in over Bruno. And I don't really think Bruno's that great. His passing is shocking, yeah. Now Ronaldo's there, we're going to see his fucking stat padding go downhill because Ronaldo's on penalties as soon as he gets in the team, yeah. Do you know what I mean? It's going to be mad. Jesse should have gone. Phil Jones should have gone. They needed a right back. They needed a DM. I'd give them a 6 if I'm being honest, because
they got Dalot though. So do they really need a right back?
They're not going to use him. They
need to use him.
Saka, bruv. Yeah, okay. Lingard. As much as I can't stand that little mug, he moonwalked fucking.
You're still not over it.
I'm not over it. That was the night Alexis Sanchez scored against Czech as well. And it was like, Czech, why have you gone to ground? You know he's going to chip you, mate. Like Agent Czech. But no, I feel like they needed a right back in a DM, and they needed to get rid of a couple of players. Jesse Lingard, listen, good luck to him. If he thinks he can get in that team week in, week out, fair play to him. But he's probably going to get loaned out in January when he realises, fuck, I ain't getting a game.
Yeah. This is nice from Cider. He thinks filing a complaint to YouTube is going to do anything. YouTube don't even talk to their creators. They don't give a shit about us. You file a complaint to YouTube, you may as well just talk to, I don't know, whoever, some random lady outside. Like, you ain't going to get nothing out of YouTube.
Filling out information to pay tax in the US, mate. Yeah?
Yeah.
And then they pay us from Ireland. Work that one out. Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I'm paying tax in 3 different fucking countries. I might as well retire at this point.
I mean, it is on slow mode, so at least they can't take over the chat. Just block any users that are using fake names of like Saeed, etc.
What is this slow mode thing, by the way? Because
so I've only just done it today. If you go into the live control room, when you're
tried it before, but what does it do basically?
It's basically slows your chat, so now people can't put. So I've got it on a 15-second timer. So no the same account can't put in more than one thing every 15 seconds, so it stops the spam. And then obviously you can do subscriber only chat as well.
I'm gonna do that as well. Do you not think I should create like a membership as well? Like, what do you do for memberships?
I don't know. It depends if you can do the content to give them value for money. I haven't done it yet because I don't know what I would do.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna leave it.
Let me just tell you something. I've got membership set up, and fucking hell, it's a headache. I ain't done a membership stream for about 6 months.
Yeah, I don't want to do membership because I know I'm not gonna be able to do anything for
it. By the way.
Yeah. I've got Twitch, so it's too much. Let's quickly go through the other London clubs in a very quick.
Did we all rate Chelsea, by the way?
I gave it an 8. What about you guys?
I don't really think you lot needed much, but I think your outgoings has been sick. So I'd give it around like a 7/8 as well. In fact, maybe a 7 out of 10. In fact, no, 7.5. I'll give it 7.5.
What did you give it, Matisse, an 8?
I gave it an 8, yeah.
I think your outgoings have just been way too strong. Like you've basically not spent much this summer.
No, we haven't spent any. We've actually made 2 million profit.
There you go. So yeah, I'd give it.
You told me you made like 80 million profit, and you've
no,
loan fees and all that.
Oh well, maybe the loan fees are not being added on here, but that would obviously have to come into effect next financial year anyway. So I'm not sure. I think we maybe, but on transfer market they haven't got it down as that. So
I'd give Chelsea a 10 if I'm being honest.
Really?
I think you've had the best window out of anyone in the league.
I wouldn't say it was perfection though. I think we could have still done something.
I think you didn't really need
anything.
Much. Yeah, you just won the Champions League.
Villa had a sick window. Well, let's see how the players pan out. Palace have had a really good window.
Palace have had a sick window. They just got.
I was going to ask on Palace because they're obviously one of the London clubs as well.
They had a really good window.
What would you? I mean, let me go. We're going to quickly brush up on the rest of the London clubs, but Palace's window was quite active. Obviously, they got Patrick Vieira in charge as well. How well he does, we'll have to see. Mark Gurr, he came in for about 18 million. Anderson came in as well from Lyon. Edouard on deadline day came from Celtic. He's 23 years old. Everybody's going quite young with their signings.
At least they can peddle projects, man.
Reading, yeah. And Will Hughes also came from Watford as well. What would you guys rate that window?
I think their window, their window, I would give that. Based off what the circumstances they had to deal with, I'm giving that window like a 9 out of 10. The only thing that would top their window for me was them signing another like 30 wide man because Eze's injured. They let Townsend go on a free transfer. I know they play IU wide and Zaha wide, but I feel like if they sign another like 30 wide man, then that would have topped it and made it maybe like a 9.5. But
I think
Sorry, I was going to say they lost Gary Cahill on a free transfer this summer.
Yeah.
They lost so many players on free transfers this summer. Period of uncertainty as well, and getting rid of Roy Hodgson. They've been able to bring the average age of their squad down dramatically, and they've bolstered their team with genuine like Premier League proven players for the most part, and really talented young players like Michael Olise kid. He looked bonkers. In some matches or some clips of matches I watched him at Reading.
Yeah.
And Edouard, I don't really know much on Edouard, but I know that he's plundered goals in the
SPL. They really needed a striker. I was actually worried they wouldn't get one for that in their window.
They wanted Eddie Nketiah and we rejected 12 mil.
Jesus
that was
Christ.
the guy I forgot. That was the guy earlier. I said there's another one down to the last year of his contract. It was him.
Yeah. I mean, I thought they were going to stick with Benteke all season, but they got Edouard, which was a really shrewd move.
As well.
Exactly. So
Wolves wanted out for time and they still there.
Yes. I think they've had
the other guy, Eze. He's injured as well. They got
So they've had to they've added a bunch of young talent, which is really good for them. So at least now the fans have they have a different brand of football to look forward to, and they have some promising gems to look forward to as well. Players that no doubt will double, triple, or quadruple their value in years to come.
Yeah, Gallagher on loan as well. I mean, what would you rate it, Lee? What would you go with in this one for Palace?
I'd give him a 9. Yeah, I'd give him a 9. I think you lot have had the best window for me. Getting rid of Bakayoko and Drinkwater and players like that.
Babarama noodles.
All the kids that you've got out that have barely played a game for the first team and all the money, like I said, and then getting 2 proper players in. Yeah, making a profit and all that. Fucking hell, mate. Your club's just clear of everyone. But them Yeah, for the size of their football club, for the budget they had available.
Yeah.
In comparison to the big boys. Yeah, I think they've worked wonders, man. And I was close to giving it a 10, yeah, but I just think like they've signed some good players, but again, they should have been binning Benteke off, man. Like,
yeah, someone in the chat said he's a baller, but he hasn't been on the balling for a while.
Yeah, well, mate, Benteke a baller. Are you high?
He was a baller at Villa.
Yeah, the guy always scores against us, regardless of what team he's at. So maybe I should shut my mouth.
Same, you know. He actually.
I think they got rid of. I think Scott Dan went. They got rid of Cahill. But yeah, I think they've done all right, man. Like, I think that, listen, they're working on a budget that's a fraction of the top teams in the league, yeah. And they've got a manager that's like new to the Premier League in terms of management, but obviously a legend of our football club. Yeah, and they've backed him. Yeah, they've spent what, 90 million, something like that, maybe 100.
Let me see.
I think they've done about 100 mil, maybe. Yeah, and they've bought some good players, man. They've bought some very good players. That Odson Edouard is going to bang, mate. Trust me. That geezer was linked to us every summer for 2 years straight, and January windows.
They spent 66 million. Palace, and they didn't bring in any money. Like Toby said, James McCarthy went up free, Wayne Hennessy free, Scott Dan, Gary Cahill, Sacco, the former Liverpool guy, free, Van Aanholt free, Townsend free, and they're all 30 plus. All of them are 30 plus.
That's what I'm saying. Like, maybe that's why I didn't give them a 10, maybe, because I feel like they could have potentially got. I don't know if they ruled out a contract, so maybe I'm fucking waffling. But
even still, they're just showing that they ain't got no time to piss about. Like, to try and get fees for those players would have been long. Even like Connor Wickham has left as well without a club now as well. If you guys remember him.
Go. Fucking yeah, man. Yeah, they've had a great window, man.
Yeah, they've killed it.
I think Aston Villa did some good business as well. Like, I think they had a really good window as well. I know they lost Jack Grealish, but for me, Danny Ings at 25 million is an absolute
snip. Up a week, man. Oh my days,
absolute snip. I know obviously they overpaid for Lee's best mate a little bit, Buendia, but I think that's a really good signing for them.
He's been dropping stinker after stinker. That's now 40 games.
Give him time. He scored at the weekend, didn't he?
He scored at the weekend. That's now 2 goals in 40 games, 1 every 20 games. What a number 10, mate! Fucking.
Let's just start from this season.
Leon Bailey as well. He looks.
I don't know about him, man.
I think you know what it is with Leon Bailey. I think he's overrated by the masses, but he looks a good player. I'm not gonna lie.
It's because he's quick on FIFA. That's why people rate him.
He's a good player on his day, and Twinzebe as well on loan. He had a good loan spell there in the championship. So let's see. And they got some.
Every time I hear the name Twanzebe, all I just see is that fucking gingerbread man and Saeed.
Twanzebe.
Sorry, Saeed.
Oh my god! Yo, that film is goated for me.
That's the best thing I've ever seen on the internet. Is that, man?
Yeah.
And
there was also a time where
stop.
There was also a time there was a video. They memed me doing a video, and they put Mickey Mouse over it instead, and then they did the voiceover. And that, I'm not gonna lie, that was fucking funny as well. That was the best time I got trolled when they did that. I'll try and find the clip for you lot, and I'll put it up.
Put it in the group, man.
But West Ham's window, obviously no Corey, unfortunately.
Where is
but
this joker?
I have no idea.
Maybe he's doing the Tobs and doing.
Maybe he's doing extra hours at work or something. Who knows? But they signed obviously Zuma, and then on deadline day they brought in, is it Vlasic from CSK Moscow for 27 million?
Yeah.
Is he good? Is he good? 23 years old.
He's decent. That's a good. I think that's a good signing for them. They
kept Rice as well. So
yeah, they did. Very impressive to keep Rice. Areola in goal, obviously on loan from PSG. Craig Dawson from Watford.
Vlasic, obviously, he played for Everton. He looked.
Did he?
Yeah, he played for Everton. He looked tidy, but he didn't really get enough starts. And I think he just wanted to play. And then he went back to Russia, CSK Moscow. He did his thing there. So let's see. Like Vlasic actually looks like a decent player. I'm not gonna lie. Like he looks like he's got tech. And I think West Ham, I think it's yet another indication for me that David Moyes is moving away from the lump it up top to Antonio. I think they've got that if they want to go that route, but he's actually they're playing some decent stuff on the ground. And the fact that they brought in obviously Kurt Zuma at the back to help with the physical aspect, the height at both boxes. and then you're playing Ben Rama in the 10, and now you bring Vlasic in as well. Like I respect what they're doing, man. I respect what they're doing.
It's mad how they've got a style of play. They're scoring goals. They're defending well. And Moise got the job a week after Arteta, innit? Like that's part of the process. I don't know.
4-year project, Lee. 4-year project.
Took Klopp 4 years, mate. Do you know what I mean? If you can't see what this manager's doing, fuck off down the lane. There's still 28 months left. Do you know what I mean? It's funny when they say that, because it's like, yo, you're having a pop at me because I want to win, and you're trying to build up a project and a process, yeah, right? But now you're all bouncing 28 months from the end of the process. Why did you all fuck off down the lane? Because you all backed mediocrity for 20 months, and they're mediocre in it, Tobs. You know what I mean?
You know what?
Hey, you've had your 50 quid, mate. You can't say nothing to me.
Right, listen, we're gonna wrap up soon anyway, because I got to head out.
I thought I'd do a stream, mate.
Yeah, it's been a great show.
I think I've done 2 streams all week, or one.
Bloody hell!
Since Saturday, I've done 2 streams. Like, that's it.
To be fair, I understand it's Arsenal, isn't it? It's 3 defeats on the trot, no points, no goals scored. It's a little bit like, who cares? We're gonna wrap up now, people. I got ahead, and I'm gonna let Toby get back to cramming some more work, Tobes, so you can have that Friday off, man. Listen, I think Big Six is getting moved to Thursday at night as well. I'm not sure, but yeah, I think so. Well, we're not available Friday, isn't it? So I think they're moving it to Thursday night, but we'll have to see in the JC. But yeah, Lee, bro, let them know where to find you. Brilliant stream as always, man. Great chatting.
Come on. At least I turned up on time.
I love it. I love it.
I took time out from the beach to come back here. Do you know what I mean? He can't even finish work. Do you know what I mean? So, maybe switch that Inter one for a Tottenham one again. Yeah, Antonio. But no, you can find me at Lee Gunner on YouTube. Big up to everyone who subscribed recently. I'm on over 63k now, man. It's gone up mad. Yeah,
madness.
More people are joining the Rat Army. More Lee Gunner as well. Make sure you subscribe to More Lee Gunner. That vlog channel needs more subs and more views. That's so underrated, that channel. Yeah, and yeah, you can't follow me on OnlyFans anymore. They've pulled the plug on that one, innit? Do you know what I mean?
All right, you'll always have
Lee Gunner 82
well.
on Insta and that dirty, horrible Twitter app.
100. Toby, what about you, bro? Let them know where to find you. Any content coming up?
Yeah, TapinTobs on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. Get me to 5K, man. I'm only a couple hundred away from 5K. Get me to 5K.
On YouTube?
On YouTube, yeah. Get me to 5K.
You're not on 5K? What is going on? How many people are watching this?
Nah, I'm not on 5K. So
1,000 people were watching. 1,200 at one point.
Yeah, 1.1. There you go. Go and subscribe right now. What are you doing, man? You man are moving like Arteta. The rats need to assemble. Go and follow Tobs, man.
Yeah, so get me to 5K. I got it's funny, I got like a transfer roundup, like a transfer ratings show that I'm looking to do with Grizz tomorrow evening as well. Obviously that might change depending on what we do with the Big Six. I got the THFC show with Fuad and with Fuad and with Henry tonight as well on my channel, so that should be good. Usual bant, usual bullshit, and usual info on Spurs. So yeah, that's
lovely.
It.
I've just found out Football London Chelsea news. They've stolen Lateness is Greatness from me today, and they've tweeted it out. So I'm gonna go and ruffle some feathers over at Football London.
What did I tell you about that shit rag? I fucking told you about that rag.
They just stole my tag. I just seen a tweet. Everybody's tagging me.
A lot of people are biting Lateness is Greatness as well. You know, I'm seeing that.
Who? Fam, anybody who takes that shit, yeah, come send them straight to me, fam. That I am gonna have to copyright that shit. That's my shit, fam. The hell?
That is actually your thing.
In the Sun newspaper, man. They got no morals whatsoever.
Yo, fam. People are just out stealing my shit, fam. That's my team. The fuck? People, if you ever see that shit on Twitter, make sure you tag me.
They will all be watching you. The Chelsea related
I know half of them in the team. I just tagged them all. I'm going off on all of them. Some of them are DMing me now. I know half of them in the team. So that's not gonna run.
He's
football,
most of the Arsenal ones.
Football London, yeah. I know.
Anita's working for them now.
Anita's in there, yes. That son of Chelsea. Jay McIntosh. I'll call out all you hoes. Carefree you.
Right, you're calling
I know all of
yeah?
you brothers. Listen, you
calling Anita a hoe, yeah?
Listen, you.
Yeah, is that what you're doing?
No.
Yeah.
Somebody clip that, yeah.
Don't do that. No, Nizzy, go sub, man. Go sub. Because listen, Tottenham at some point they'll fall from the top of the tree, and then you need to laugh. So that's an opportunity to laugh.
Man's not even rubbed it in my face that they're top for the first time ever when we're bottom. So big up, man. Yeah.
Big up. I'll end the stream there quickly before he gets an opportunity.
I'm not one of those Spurs fans who does that, because it's it's a false image. It's gonna come down. Law of averages.
Ali is a false image.
It's gonna come down. Yeah. Someone like some guy said to me the other day. Hear this before you. He said some guy said to me the other day. Someone told me a joke about Spurs, obviously being top of the table. It's like an elephant on a palm tree. You don't know how the fuck it got up there, but it's gonna come down.
When I see the table, right, I put when we were bottom after the Man City game before you lot had played, I put a Google Thai AFTV with Robbie standing with the mic, and I put Yeah, but if you turn the table upside down, Robbie, we're top of the table. And then I put Thai, passionate rant.
Yeah, I saw a meme. I saw a video about that the other day. Some guy had his newspaper
on the newspaper
down. He goes, listen, like I like Spurs being top is fantastic, but I'm just happy to have won 3 games straight. But you lot being bottom is actually. It's comedy gold, like it's mad. No goals scored as well.
You know what? Burnley have not won a game at home for 11 games in a row, yeah? Right? That's our next away game. Yeah? And Arteta's not beaten them in 3 attempts. I think we've got 2 points against them in 3 games, yeah? So we know we're losing away to Burnley, so we've got to try and take this Norwich game seriously. Bottom of the table clash.
Listen, relegation dogfight continues, man.
I'm telling you, I know you want to wrap this up, yeah? Can I just say, right, somebody in the chat earlier kept spamming, earlier on. Lee, do you think if you keep Arteta, you're in a relegation fight? 100% yes. Yeah.
Hey, there we go. That's the great way to end, because I am dying to see you relegated like Nottingham Forest and Leeds. Would be
Arsenal away.
That would make my year. Can you imagine, Toby, if they got relegated? And we keep Lee on the show, just obviously keep talking about the Championship every week.
Arsenal against Lincoln, Arsenal against Luton,
Sheffield Wednesday.
Oh man,
it'd be a
that would be brilliant.
Cup double we won. Do you know what I mean?
Hector Bellerin in the Championship doing it up. It would be mad.
Can you imagine that little Ponce getting snapped in half in the Championship? He'd turn up here every week. He'd say he's got COVID or something. Do you know what I mean? He would not want it in the Championship. I am surprised he has gone to Betis. He's claiming he's a Betis fan from a boy, yeah? Right? If he thinks Arsenal are bad and they profit off of losses, like he said at Oxford Uni about AFTV, bruv, he better put out 10 out of 10s against Betis, because them lot are naughty, man. Like they don't ramp, mate. Yeah. And he obviously hasn't done his homework. He can pretend he's a fucking Betis fan all he likes. Anyway, I'm waffling. I'm going. See you later.
All right. We're going to go smash up the likes. Make sure you subscribe as well. And we'll see you guys next week for God knows what time. In a bit, people. Peace.